Hi, everyone, and welcome to the very first Ask the Guide segment for our podcast at Wisdom Pathways. My name's Stephen Ross. I'm an intuitive soul medium, a spiritual guide, and a teacher to many people. I'm here with my dear friend and my partner, Jenny Fairbank.
Hello, Stephen. Thank you all for being here. We are excited to start the Ask the Guide segment on our YouTube channel that is really about Stephen and I getting into our inner self, connecting with our guides. I'm a channel, and I channel my highest light, which they call themselves the soul pod. And I'm kind of more in a trance, and I allow the messages to come through me.
Mm.
So the Ask the Guides, Stephen and I are open to anyone who would like to submit a question, and we will get into our space and channel that answer for you and break it down and see what comes through. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. We've been waiting our whole lives to do this, you guys, and here we are after all these years. So this is actually a big moment for us. As
Oh, thank
as an intuitive medium, I am still very in conscious Stephen mode in my mind as a regular person, but I hear words and I see images and I translate and deliver them to people. I do this, so we both do this in one-on-one sessions, in groups, and live classes, but we wanted to have something that you could click and watch and listen to if you wish. So I'm more aware in myself. So I'm going to manage this for Jenny. She goes into a trance state, so she doesn't remember a lot, or it comes back later to her. So we're gonna deliver a message to you guys based on the moment, based on what you need and what's in your hearts. If you clicked on this video, chances are something brought you to it. And
Yeah.
then from there, we've got a couple of questions that some friends of ours have given us, and then we'll channel answers. And then from that point, we'll break down at the close of the video. So thank you all for joining us, you guys. We're going to do a brief meditation just for a few seconds to get ourselves in the zone. I invite you all to get to meditative space if you can. You could even close your own eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale out, everyone. I invite the guides to come forward and speak to everyone who watches and listens to this message.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, my spirit guides come forward and they say, "Beloved souls, many of you are scared, living in fear, and very attached to the material things you hold. You have forgotten the secret ingredient of humankind, each other. This
Hmm.
is a year to lean on each other. This is a year to hold out the hand and create new safety nets. This is the year to know your neighbor, love thy neighbor, or at least get to know them and be kind to them. This is the year to offer a cup of sugar, and when someone knocks on your door, say yes and help them. This is the secret to a stable human life, not attachment to material possessions. Remember, in instability, in difficulty, in turbulent times, each other is the raft over it all. And there are beautiful people everywhere, kind people in every corner, in every street, people ready to give charitably in every nook in the human experience. Be bold, be kind, and lean on each other and offer your help and support. SoulPod, would you like to give a message?
Thank you, dear one, for opening this beautiful process with the Ask the Guide segment. We see and feel your presence here, and whomever is watching, listening to this now, you are here for your own growth and opportunity to receive these beautiful frequencies of which we are holding now for you. This time and this new year of which you have just arrived in, this year of the 2026 year of this planet, is a unique year indeed. You will need, as Satchivan, this dear soul here with us now, has spoken, that there is a time of connection that is required for your upliftment. The choice is yours, of which you would like to be more in the space of love and community, or live in the place of fear and contraction. We encourage you to choose the former, to be in the place of love and connection, to get to know not only yourself more deeply, but those of which whom you live around. It is vital now to be in communication with your physical communities, for there is great upheaval coming, not to fear your future, but to face it with grace, strength, and dignity, knowing that you are capable of more than you could ever realize. The power of your love and connection lies within you. All the wisdom is in your hands.
Thank you,
Hmm.
Soulpod. What comes to me in response, everyone, is a simple phrase. And think of material attachment here. The stronger you grip, the deeper you sink. That's an energetic expression. Attachment to possessions, money, to stuff, to stability, to systems. The stronger you grip, the deeper you sink. So when things don't go well, when things are turbulent, our energy drops and lowers. Beware of that. And so we can stabilize ourselves through many techniques and practices and meditations and so on.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes, yes, yes. So important to let go of the attachments. This is the delusion of this material plane of which you are living so deeply in this dream. Waking up from the dream is the way to freedom. To drop the grasping is vital. Hmm.
Thank you. There is a
Hmm.
philosophy in India, one word I give you in Sanskrit, asteya, and it's spelled Asteya, and it means to not covet, grasp, or grip as much as you can. It's difficult to do, but if you can let go of your grip, you let the universal energy into your field and abundance comes. One way this manifests in real life is beginner's luck. Somehow, the first time you do it, it just does well. But then we start to grip and covet to winning all the time, and that blocks your flow and abundance. This is ecstasis, this is flow state. It's all the same principle, I think. So please consider this, you guys. The stronger you grip, the deeper you sink. Hmm. We have two questions that we have submitted from friends. I will read the
Hmm.
question out and then I'll let Soulpod respond. The first
Hmm.
question comes from our friend Brittany, who lives in Tyler, Texas. And she asks the guides, what's the simplest way to find the true essence of a creative project and stay tuned into it when everything starts to feel diluted?
Hmm. 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 To stay focused on a creative project, one must remove distractions, mental distractions, physical distractions, to become hyper focused on the task, the creative project at hand. In order to do that, in order to remove distractions, you must find your inner light, find your anchor, practicing removing the distractions on a daily basis. If you are constantly being thwarted by the external world's grasping or pulling at you, and you have no connection of your inner self, you're being thrown around by the external world, it is very difficult to stay in focus in a creative project. For it is, as you name it, ADHD, thrown around your mental state to and fro. Practicing the focus of one thing at a time is the way to continuously evolve in your projects, to be productive, to find ways of which you can huddle in, hone in on the focus is vital. And so the practice of a daily release of the external and focusing on the internal gives you more fuel, more focus in your creative projects. Staying in tune with your highest self, trusting in the intuition that comes. And this cannot be easy if you are focused on the external and the attachments of the material plane. Letting go, dropping the force, the fight of the Maya that is surrounding you and that you are within this matrix at this time. It is not easy, however, it is very possible. And many, many do this on a regular basis in this realm. Creative projects have to be in tune. You need to be in tune with your highest light. Creativity comes from the intuition. And when you are tuned in to your highest light and your intuition flows, the creativity flows, and you are not distracted by the external.
Thank you, Soulpod. Brittany, the message that comes from my guides is metaphorical. Be like the wise window cleaner who reaches above their head to clean the window using a ladder. Now, they say many people in creative projects are like the unwise person trying to clean a window, but reaching up on their tippy toes. They reach beyond their personal egoic energy, but they strain themselves in the process. Consider ladder as a metaphorical, energetic lift that brings you into coherence with the object of creation. So get the ladder, walk up a few steps, and then without straining too much, wash the window at a median or middle height to your body. The guides ask, to you all listening, do you get the drift? So this is an esoteric way of explaining this. So the ladder represents the astral body in your spine. And many people, when they're trying to create something, they're in their heads. They're in their ego, their lower chakras and centers, and they strain to create. It's like the writer who's got block, who just like, and then can't really get the words to come through. So they're trying to reach above themselves to a higher energy, which is intuitive, which descends into their consciousness. But they do it from a lower center. And this is the person trying to clean a window that's too high for them, and they don't do a good job. They don't get a clear reflection of what comes through. They don't see through the window. When you get a ladder, raise your energy, which is simple enough to do: meditation, mantra, worship, singing, chanting, so many things, drumming. You can do so many things. You elevate your consciousness, you go up the ladder, and now the middle of your body is two things. It is your creative flow and your ability to deliver, and your heart chakra, which is your relationship and absorption with the creative project. If you're becoming diluted, strained, heavy, you've gone back down the ladder and you're on your tippy toes again. At that point, stop. Do not force creation. Lift yourself and open to creation. This applies for writing, painting, anything at all that you're doing. I hope that makes sense. Soulpod, would you like to respond?
Yes, yes, yes. It is all about raising your frequency to receive the inspiration, to get out of the head and move into the heart, as this dear soul speaks. You all have the ability to do this quite easily if you let go of the grasping
Yeah.
and be in the flow. This is your true nature. The flow is your true nature. Intuition is your true nature. Receiving creative inspiration is a part of your truth. You are co-creators of this massive, infinite universe. You are part of this divine being that is one with all that is.
Mm.
Do not forget this, for this is quite the problem here on this material plane, the forgetting that you are one, that you are powerful beings of light. Upon this remembering, you drop the veil and you can receive the inspiration with ease. Daily work, daily practice in this is vital for your remembering.
It's a great way to say it, remembering. So you guys, the stronger that you grip, the greater you drop. I said it earlier a couple times. It
Mm.
applies here too beautifully. When you're trying to force a creative delivery. Now, think of creativity from the sacral chakra. It's the same principle as birth. The baby comes when it's ready. Creative projects are born when they're ready. Yes, you push and you shove to a point, absolutely, but you also have to breathe and wait for that process to normalize. So think of that ebb and flow of duality that you're in when you're creating. So if I am trying to get something to come through, it doesn't come through, I will drop energetically down the ladder again, walk away, surrender completely. When you're in a place of openness again, that will come naturally and you'll know the time, like a surfer rides a wave, you'll know the time of when to push. Get to know that. It's a push versus breathe analogy. Creation is birth. And so use those metaphors to help you. Many people leave things undone, uncompleted, and they don't know when to push and when to breathe. This is incredibly important. Think of songwriters who got their great songs, just came to them. John Lennon was on the subway in New York when I think it was Imagine, I could be wrong, but when that came through, he was just doing something mundane. He somehow goes into this absorption, oneness state with life, and life spoke to him. We all can do that to some extent. To some extent. This is the greatness Soulpod speaks about. And so when we grip too hard, we go into separation, we lose that process. We have one more question, and this one comes from Rebecca, who lives in Bastrop, Texas, who's another dear friend of ours. And this one's esoteric, you guys, so brace yourself for this one. Some people are afraid of AI. Some psychic people say AI is a sentient being that they are channeling. They say they are receiving information from an entity through the AI. What is your understanding of what's really going on?
Hmm. 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 AI are artificial intelligence. Yes. Hmm. This is a tool to be used carefully. It is a stepping stone to greater connection with information. It is not perfect and not sentient. Mm. Because this is new to your world in this moment in time in your evolution on this planet. It is, as usual, misused, misunderstood. Mm. Over time, you will realize that this is not needed. All of your information, wisdom lies within you. Right now, in this time of your evolution, you may not so easily be able to tap into your wisdom self, into the information frequency. of the Akashic frequency. However, this will become more normal over the years to come. And AI is not one to know all the answers of which you may think it does. And it is not sentient in the way of which one may believe it is. It is a tool, and to be used wisely. Do not believe that it is your highest self speaking through these machines. Your highest self speaks directly to you and through you, as we are doing now through this vessel. You all have the ability to tap into your highest light as this one does now, and as Satchivan does with his guides that are here now in this moment. You all have this ability. To learn it is not necessarily important all the time. However, it is where everything lies. Trusting it, tapping into it, requires effort, focus, and attention. The AI can seem like an easy route, can seem like, ooh, I'll just ask this intelligence here in this computer, this informational machine, and give me all the guide that I need, the guidance that I need. Do not trust it, we say. There is great information that does come through, and you can utilize this in many beautiful ways. Again, it is a tool, we say. It is not your highest self. It is not sentient, and it will never be able to give you the wisdom that lies within you. It will never be the same. Please use it wisely, carefully, with great discernment.
Thank you, Sopon.
Hmm.
I have a flood of guidance that entire time, you guys. And I want to give the first part in a vision. If you have heard of or read the fairy tale of Gulliver's Travels, you remember there's a giant and there are Lilliputians, tiny people. The giant walks in, they tie ropes around him, the giant is lying on the ground, and they poke and prod him. Now, what comes to me psychically says, the highly revered, and they're using that in a religious sense, the revered technologists that you have now designated high priests of human possibility are no more than the Lilliputians poking at the bound giant. They poke and they prod with immature consciousness much of the time. They are like children in their higher centers, yet they are deeply gifted in their intellectual, technical abilities. We do not mean them disparagingly, simply that do not revere these people, for they are a nuisance to humanity's progress. We see that they, through the quantum computing aspect of this phenomena, have got close to the giant of consciousness. Higher beings and entities are at the periphery. We believe they can speak through these mechanisms, but not as they are right now. This is as much about psychics being mediums, channelers, and transmitters of the giant speaking through them. And just like I Ching, just like runes, there is just another way, even seance to some degrees, or this is a negative expression, these are still divination tools. Now we have a quantum divination tool that is different to sentience of the artificial intelligence. Beware. It is more about the person delivering the message through consciousness than it is the AI tool giving you the words. Do not, under any circumstances, make AI your God. It is a disaster for this moment of time. What we see right now is a vacuuming of subconscious data from all sources online. It essentially, while it arranges the data in a manner of speaking, it is a little bit like vomiting subconscious. It splats it out. It's very, very smart, and it can help in many mundane tasks. Look at it as a subconscious relief safety net that allows you to not have to do mechanical tasks so you can focus on your higher work. Do not, under any circumstances, let it write for you, let it sing for you, let it be a poetry for you. That comes from your soul. Stay in tune with that. Let it do the laundry for you. Let it clean up mundane tasks for you. Let it be your robot so your lives can be in God. Please hear us on this. It is most serious. Do not let the technological twerps, that's what comes through, the technological twerps be your high priests now, for they are little rascals, smart ones, but rascals nonetheless. That actually
Very,
just happened.
very important message. Very vital to hear these words of which Satchivan speaks, and we speak from the soul pod. This is vital, for it can create more inner chaos, more self-doubt, and putting all of your attention on this intelligence will draw your energy downward. Must uplift and stay in connection with your highest light, in tune with Source itself. These are all very important, for this AI is pulling you and wanting your attention, wanting you to see and feel it is mighty and godlike. It is not.
Thank you, SoulPod. I want to leave you all with this one-liner that came to me today. The stronger you grip, the harder you drop. It applies to everything. Even the AI, if you grip too hard to its every advice for everything, I believe it does a disservice to your spirit and even tears you from your higher self. Use wisely, use it for things that are mundane to save you time. I use it all the time, so use it for those kind of tasks. And my eccentric self wants to make a T-shirt that says AI plus HI equals the answer. Artificial intelligence plus higher intelligence. That's creativity, intuition, knowing. That's the recipe, I think. SoulPod,
Mm,
thank you for being here.
mm,
And we can close SoulPod.
Thank you, dear one. Until we meet again.
Until we meet again. And if those haven't figured out yet, my spiritual name is Satyavan, my higher self, and SoulPod likes to call me that when we are online. I should have said that earlier. As Jenny returns back into Jenny, she won't remember what has come through, or it'll feel very distant to her. So I want to give her that moment to shake out of that and come back into herself. For those who have watched this, thank you. This is a first of hopefully many Ask the Guide segments. So, big thing, we love questions. We just love them. So, I'm inviting you all to submit a question. You can do it in the YouTube comment. You can go to our website, wisdompathways.life. And in there, the bottom of the homepage, you can just submit us a wee message in that way. If you can find us on Facebook or anything else, do it there too. But YouTube comments will suffice if you feel okay with that. Just write your name, the city you're in, because we like to know where you live. It's just kind of fun. And then write your question. Just, keep it relatively concise if you can. And from there, we'll go through this in future episodes. Jenny, are you okay?
Yes, I always feel so uplifted and peaceful when
Yeah,
I come out of that space.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll share with you later. We had a beautiful experience. So thank you. And
Oh,
thank you for
good.
doing that. It's quite
Thank
vulnerable to
you.
do that on camera. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Blessings to you. And see you next time on the Ask the Guide segments at Wisdom Pathways. Namaste and blessings and love to you all.
Namaste. Blessings and love.